So Ray Dalio's buying up meme stocks. Who would have thought? If you do a little research on Ray Dalio, you'll find out he's a really old school traditional investor. He's been in the game a long time. And this guy's not somebody to take lightly when you hear about his investment decisions or what he's doing in the market or his outlook on the market. So, he's been preaching, if you look back at his latest words over the last year or so, and really he's been saying this his whole career, but there's a new world order that's been forming, and he's definitely onto something. I've formed my whole channel around this concept, is that there's a new world of finance, a new world of business, and there's these societal trends, there are technological trends, industrial trends that are shaping up, and kind of some of them are falling off, some of them are taking off, and we're kind of figuring out what we're gonna use as a culture to evolve over the next 75 years. And I think those staples of humanity are getting put in place, this first quarter century of 2000. And, money as we know it is changing, the way governments issue money and how they, you can tell everything's all screwed up like it's never been before. It's because we're in the new world. And so anyway, Ray, he is buying meme stocks. And you got to ask yourself now, if everything I just said is true about this guy being legendary, and what the heck does he have business buying these meme stocks for? Specifically, AMC and Gamestop are what are shown on his records of what he's bought in the first quarter. He dumped Tesla. Okay, so the way this guy's positioning his portfolio, you might think he sounds like a 30-year-old college dropout living in his mom's basement, going YOLO on GameStop and AMC. But you got to look beneath the surface. As always in this new world of business and finance, there's trends that have yet to be solidified. And with the uncertainty comes opportunities of volatility. So we've been on this huge downtrend, right? And if I had to guess why he would do something like that, because another thing I heard, he talked about XPO Logistics being a good stock to buy. Well, go look at XPO Logistics for the year. It doesn't look too good. If you would have taken his advice the day that he said that, which was probably a few months ago, closer to the beginning of this year, you'd be down big, and you would say, well, such a famous guy, you think he knows his stuff about inflation, and he would have been screwed on that one so far. But what I find interesting is about these meme stocks, and I have taken the same view. Late 2021, I invested in things like sundial growers. I'm in a psilocybin, psychedelic mushroom therapy company. I'm into some of these companies that I think are in for a lot of volatility, but I think over the next year or two, a few years, when there's those spikes in volatility, you're going to see, because we've got these bear market rallies where things shoot up like crazy. You're going to see something pretty massive with these meme stocks where they go upward at a level that I don't think it's going to catch people off guard, just like it did last year or whenever that was, 2021 with GameStop and all that. I believe that's going to happen again, and I'm pretty sure Ray Dalio feels the same way, because again, he has no business investing in the fundamental values of companies like AMC or GameStop. I mean, maybe he can pull up a couple reasons, but I think what he's doing is he's betting on society, he's betting on like psychology, habits, the way things work with these vicious bear market rallies everybody speaks of. We really haven't even seen, the few that we've seen, I've seen like Shopify is a company I own, it'll go up like 20% in a day, right? So when we finally get a little sustainability to these rallies, even if it's only for a month, we're gonna see some big moves. So again, I think he's positioning himself intentionally into companies that maybe are kind of out there, don't make sense, in the hopes that he catches one or two big rallies out of those and can pull some liquidity from companies like that. And he's not alone in that. I've heard other big analysts say that the place you want to be this year is meme stocks. And I'm not here to give you advice on that or tell you should or shouldn't be. I, again, have allocated some of my portfolio to that. I think, again, that's going to catch people off guard this year. I would at least, throw a couple bucks in there, because again, some of these things can double, triple up even more over, it seems like it's caught in the mix of things, and then all of a sudden during that rally, it just stands out on its own and goes off on its own tangent. So, yeah. And then as far as Ray Dalio, man, keep an eye on this guy. Moves like that are out of the norm for him. There's clearly something he sees that he's either makes him more worried which seems counterintuitive to put money into AMC or GameStop when you're worried about something. But don't follow these YouTubers, man. Don't listen to all this rubbish about different companies and this and that. It's too much information about too much different stuff. You'll notice these guys, they start moving from one thing to the other, especially during a bear market. A lot of people, they just turn their computer off or their phone off during a bear market, right? You're already invested in the market. Let this thing ride. Keep buying shares of the companies that you've done diligence on. I still believe it has to be related to you in some way. And that kind of brings me back, like the meme stock, it's like related to society as a whole. It's related to the way market participants think, and it's become a staple. And I think that is what he's trying to take advantage of, is kind of like almost in a weird way like a hedge against some of these big downturns. So we'll see how that plays out. Keep an eye on that. And again, try not to get too caught up in all these guys talking about stuff. Look for nuggets in the news. You want nuggets, and they're going to be hard to find, right? And you might find a nugget from your favorite YouTuber, but man, I listen to these guys and they're not providing you specifically, or me, because I'm listening. I'm not finding any very specific hard value that I can bring into my life every day and start to use, right? They're not taking the time to do it the right way. So careful who you listen to, where you get your information from, and talk to you soon.